Hello everyone and welcome to the reading for the week of March 29th, 2023. Spirit, let's see what's going on for the signs this week. So all 12 signs, I'm going to have timestamps in the description box below, as well as the first pinned comment in the comments section. So we're going to see what's going on for all 12 signs. So watch them all because you never know what's going to resonate with you. But if you just want to look at your sun, moon, rising, or wherever you have strong placements in your chart, I say go for it. So cross watchers also welcome. Now let's start with Capricorn. Capricorn, what is going on for you this week? So let's look at your tarot cards. First up, we have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. This is about an opportunity or an offer, okay? This is the beginning of the week. Now, it feels as though this is something that probably came up previously, possibly presented to you within the last week or couple of weeks, okay? Something that you were probably pretty excited about and pretty pumped about. Because it's in the reverse, it feels like things aren't clicking, things aren't taking off the way that you anticipate. This is what we're talking about at the beginning of the week. But as we go through the week, the card of energy is the Nine of Pentacles. It's a card of independence, but it's also It's also having everything you need and want, and then some. Okay, so very, very stable and very satisfactory, like fulfilling. So I think that this Ace of Pentacles that hasn't quite taken off, it is starting to unfold and you're starting to head towards this kind of energy throughout the week. You're starting to feel it. So I think things are finally starting to come, starting to move and shift. So as we round out the week, the card that came out is the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Six of Cups, sorry. Six of Cups, and it's in the reverse. This is telling me that I have a feeling the Ace of Pentacles wasn't coming along and clicking quite like you wanted it to. I think you were holding on to something from the past. As you go through the week, remember we have that Nine of Pentacles energy, it allows you to let go. Anything that's been holding you back, any fears, any doubts, any anxiety, and those kinds of feelings that might make you hesitate or might make you pull back from a situation, it feels like by the end of this week, it's starting to dissipate. Okay, so we're getting your oracle cards now. So we're going to dive a little deeper on this. So under the Ace of Pentacles, we have Earth Spirit and it's stability. Okay, makes sense because pentacles are about stability, right? It's about the material world. It's about your possessions. It's your job. It's your career. It's your home. It's your investments. It's your money. It's all of that kind of stuff. It's relationships and people too, but more focused on the material world. Now, we're not talking about this from a position of greed and wanting to hoard everything, but it's being safe and secure. This Ace of Pentacles has slowed down because it needs to make sure that you are okay with where this is headed. That's why the stability card came up. When we look at the Nine of Pentacles, we have Spirit Guardian of Autumn, and it's letting go. Well, what were we talking about? We're heading towards that Six of Cups energy, which is letting go of stuff that isn't working, that's holding you back. So the Nine of Pentacles is bringing up all those ways you can look at your prosperity and your security and your stability, right? It's having and want everything you need and want, but letting go of what doesn't work for you. And then when we look at the Six of Cups, which is the actual letting go of things, the card that came out is Spirit Guardian of Summer. It's expansion. This is when things happen. This is when the growth happens. This is when you're able to move forward. It's when that Ace of Pentacles finally starts to take off or take hold. Do you see what I mean? So it's about making sure that you are comfortable with moving forward in the manner that's being presented to you. But I think in order to do that, like I said, you're going to have to let go of some old stuff. Old baggage, old beliefs, old thought patterns, old ideals, maybe even old goals. Maybe what you thought you wanted just isn't going to work. But lots of thinking for you to do this week, Capricorn, but it's looking pretty good to me. So good luck. Let me know how it goes. On to Aquarius. So Aquarius, bottom of the deck, the sun. Just thought I'd show you that because kind of caught my eye. All right, let's see what we got for Aquarius. And you know what? For some reason, the word Pisces keeps wanting to come out of my mouth. So if I call you Pisces, it's not your Aquarius. You know who you are. All right, first card up. At the beginning of the week, we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. I like this because it's telling me that something painful is ending. Okay? Something painful is finally like, okay, you know what? It's finally, we're seeing the end. We're seeing it fall off. We're seeing it float away. Okay? You'll know what this is when you hear those words. As you go through the week, the card that came up is the Knight of Swords. It's also in the reverse. This is telling me that whatever this painful thing is, there's still some work to be done. There's still things to uncover. There's still things that have to happen. This is from a perspective of truth coming out and being able to move forward. Okay. I'm feeling more this is about truths coming out. I know that the Knights have that forward moving energy, but it's truths coming out so that you can move forward. It's not about moving forward this week. That's not what it's about. But it's getting to the point where you're going to be able to do that. And excuse me, by the end of the week, we have the Strength card also in the reverse. I think that what this is saying, and we'll see what happens when we grab our oracle cards, right? What the Strength card in reverse is saying is, by the end of the week, we know with this Knight of Swords, it's the truths coming out. It's things coming to light, okay? And not needing to move forward. So the Strength card in reverse is saying, keep your strength in reserve, okay? Keep it in reserve. Don't go guns a-blazing. Even by the end of the week, you're still going to need some more time, but muster up that strength. Just let it build, not explode, not to that point, right? But just let that build up, because you're going to need it. So there's nothing wrong with that, okay? It's like collecting energy. It's like gathering your tools. It's gathering what you're going to need. It's like if you go on a trip, right? Before the trip, you spend time getting out your suitcase, and then you decide what clothes you need to bring, and you grab your passport and whatever. You're preparing, okay? So that's what the Strength card is for you. It's preparing. Between the Knight of Swords, this is the discovery, right? Truth coming out, and the Strength, preparation for what's to come. So let's look at our oracle cards. Under the Ten of Swords, we have elves. It's playfulness. You're going to feel a whole lot better. Almost like, take this with a grain of salt when I say it, like you'll get to the point where you're laughing at how crazy and intense things were, and you're like, phew, glad that's over. You can almost laugh at the situation. Under the Knight of Swords, we have Maple Spirit. So this is going through the week, right? And the card is generosity. I'm talking about truths coming out, right? So this means, I think that in order for you to get truths from everyone in all these situations, the generosity is about being authentic. It's about being vulnerable. It's about putting your cards on the table. You have to give in order to get that back. But here's the caveat. You can't just give to get. It has to come from a genuine place in your heart space that you actually want to give, not just for the reason of receiving back. Okay, I hope that makes sense, because you can't just give to get. It's not going to work. You're not going to get all the truths coming. You'll get half truths. You'll get some of the truth. You'll get a few truths, but stuff is still going to remain hidden. Do you see what I'm saying? So I hope this makes sense. Under the Strength card, this is so good. We have Crystal Cave. This is around trust. Remember how I said you have to reserve that strength. The trust thing, okay, is tied into this generosity. People need to trust you. It's not just about you trusting them in that they're going to give you that information that you need, the truth coming out, right? They need to understand that they can trust you as well. I think once you have established this mutual trust, that's when things are really going to start moving where they need to. They need to move away from this Ten of Swords. So as much as it's ending, it's like the last few steps that need to happen, right? Can happen by the end of the week because you have your strength in reserve. You've reserved whatever it is you need. And so when it's go time, you can hit the ground running. So that's what I've got for you, Aquarius. Very interesting that that energy around this is really different. It's not bad, it's not good, it just is. I think that, like I said, it's a very give and take kind of scenario is what it needs to be. So how is that going to play out? Well, only you can decide, because I think you're the one who's going to have to, what's the word? You're the one who's going to have to initiate, right, to get the ball rolling. So once you do, I think you'll see that things go better. But remember, it's about that vulnerability. It's going to be key for you. So good luck. Pisces. Pisces, let's see what's in the cards for you this week. We'll get your tarot, then we'll grab your oracle cards. Okay. Interesting. First card up at the beginning of the week, we have the Five of Cups, and it's in the reverse. So there is something that has been on your mind because of an event that has happened. And this event is something where you've been disappointed, okay? It could be by a person, or it could be just disappointed in a situation, an outcome, right? But what you need to do is look at the situation for what it really is. Excuse me. So the Five of Cups is saying, okay, yeah, you're feeling down, you're feeling a little hurt, whatever, you're feeling a little bummed out, but there are silver linings in this cloud. And with this card being in the reverse, feels like you're going to start seeing those silver linings. That's what I'm getting at the beginning of the week, which is nice. I think that's really good. It's going to help pull you out of this not so great feeling that you might be in, okay? And then as we look at the rest of the week, as we flow through, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful. This means things are moving, okay? Whether you want them to or not. That's what the Wheel of Fortune is about. It's about fate, sometimes karma if you're into that or whatever. But this is something that is meant to happen. It's going to go. It's going to move whether you're ready or not. So you may as well get ready for it. I think that's why these silver linings are being shown to you. Because if you didn't see them, you're going to find the week very hard. Okay? And we'll see what comes out in the oracle cards too. But this Five of Cups energy at the beginning of the week is going to be key for you. You need to see those silver linings. You need to see the good in the situation so that when things start moving, you're prepared and you're ready. And I really think you're going to need to be ready because by the end of the week, you're on the move. Six of Swords. This is movement. This is moving on. This is, this came to me, so I have to say it's going with the flow to some degree because you're going to need to go with the flow because the Wheel of Fortune, you may not be steering the ship the whole time, okay? We're using the water metaphors here because Six of Swords is about moving in a boat. It's usually, what do I say? Moving from stormy seas onto calmer waters, right? So you're moving from something that doesn't feel so good, your Five of Cups, you're moving on to something better. Again, going back to that silver lining, and things are going to move, like I said, whether you're ready or not. So guess what, Pisces? You may as well get prepared, right? Start looking for those silver linings if they're not obvious. You're going to need to look because this will make your week flow so much better. So now we're going to get your oracle cards just for a little more intel. Oh, this is good. This is really good. Okay. Under the Five of Cups, we have standing stones, and this is passage. This is like walking into a whole new world. It's walking through a doorway into something that is completely different. That's what those silver linings I was talking about are. They're going to light the path. They're going to show the way. Okay? And when we look at the Wheel of Fortune, the card that came out is Forest Temple, and it's enlightenment. Once you walk through those doors, you're going to have the aha moments and the light bulbs going off. Those silver linings are going to be shown to you. They're going to be, you're going to see them in order to go down this path. But once you go through the door, those silver linings are going to shine super bright. Look at the visual of this card. Look at how bright everything is behind this temple, right? You're going to see that brightness and that positivity and the potential that's there. Once we get to the end of the week with the Six of Swords, we have Pegasus, and this is transcending. You're going to rise above it all. You're going to be up in the ethers, should you choose. You don't have to be, but the point is that there is so much potential here for you that you are going to feel pretty darn good by the end of the week, Pisces, okay? But I'm going back to the fact that you got to see those silver linings. I'm telling you, once you do, it's a good rabbit hole to go down. So good luck with everything. I hope it all goes well. Let me know. Throw me a comment. I always like to hear from everybody on the channel, you know, because it's great interaction and it's so much fun. It's not just me talking to the camera, right? So I'm going to take myself a little sip of water. That's better. Better. So now I can move on to Aries. So Aries, let's see what your week's going to look like. Oh, what do we got going on here? Oh, take that guy. Okay, we're going to get your tarot cards and then we'll grab some oracle cards. So let's take, oh, this is good. Looks like a good week for you. First card up, we have the Five of Pentacles, but it's in the reverse. This means there's a change in your financial situation. Okay, flat out, because I'm looking at the rest of the cards. Trust me, this is a change in your financial situation. Can't talk this morning. And it's good. Things are going to move in a good direction. Who doesn't want to hear that? I say this because as you go through the week, we have the Knight of Pentacles. This guy, he's my slow and steady, right? Card, slow and steady wins the race. You're going to see things are moving, okay? The change is happening, but it's slow and steady. It's not just boom overnight. You're seeing things unfold throughout the week. And by the end of the week, we are at Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is having lots of choices. So whatever this thing is, this change that's happening is going to bring you lots of opportunity from the perspective of choices made available to you. Okay. And this is all around this change that's happening. So I'm liking that. We're going to get our oracle cards now just to get a little more information. Okay. This is good. This is really good. Under the Five of Pentacles, we have Wood Nymph and the card is Beauty. Well, yeah, whatever this change is, it's not just about, seeing a bigger bank account as an example, or getting the promotion or getting a new job or something to that effect. It feels good and it looks good. That's the beauty part, but it's inside. The feeling inside, it's not just about the money. It's about everything else that goes with it. I really want this job as an example. I really want this job because I know I'm going to be helping people and making a difference in the world. That's the beauty part, right? You're not just seeing the dollar signs and whatever this is. There's just that so much more to it that really fills your heart. And when we look at the Knight of Pentacles, the card that came out is Bluebird Spirit, and it's happiness. That's it. As you see these little things happening through the week, you're going to feel better and better and better. You go from the beauty card to happiness. There is a change and a shift that's happening for you this week. And that's why you are going to, that happiness factor is going to start increasing for you just because you see how things are unfolding and what's coming ahead. And what's coming ahead with our Seven of Cups, right? We have Ancient Oak Spirit, and this is around strength. Think about an oak tree. Yeah, it's big, it's strong, it's beautiful, it's lovely, but it's solid. It's not going anywhere, right? It's going to withstand hurricanes and winters and frosts and all kinds of stuff, right? So that's why we're talking about strength. The choices that are made available to you, you want to look at things that are going to stand the test of time. You don't want flash in the pan. I'm saying that also because as things are unfolding, it's slow and steady. You want to stay on that trajectory. You don't want to just jump to something like get rich quick schemes. You know what I'm saying? You want something where you plant the seed and over time you grow your mighty oak, right? So there we go. Beautiful. I love this for you. I think there's a lot of opportunity. I'll say this too. This is not financial advice, right? I'm just saying that there's the potential for a change to happen for you, and what's going to come of it will give you some pretty darn good options. But like I said, beware of the ones that are that flash in the pan kind of stuff. You want longevity and you want stability. That's something worth putting your time and energy into. Absolutely. Okay, Aries, good luck and let me know how it goes. Take a sip of water. Now, Taurus. Taurus, let's see what your week looks like. Okay, that card really wanted to come out, so we're going there. And get your 3 tarot cards, and then we'll get some oracle cards to clarify. What do we got? Okay, interesting. All right, so check this out. First card, we have the 4 of Wands, and it's in the reverse. So at the beginning of the week, there is some kind of, could be around a home situation. It probably is something around the home, but it's around, stability has come up so much already in the readings for this week, but it's also around stability. That's what the 4s are about. Stability and security. It feels like something's been kind of rocky, okay? Probably on the home front, but like I said, it could be around anything where you're looking for some stability and security. So something's been kind of rocky, okay? And at the beginning of the week, you're still kind of feeling that, but it looks like you're making some steps to make a change in that realm of life, whatever it happens to be. I say this because the card that came out for the development through the week is the 7 of Wands in reverse. 7 of Wands can be a very defensive card, right? It's having to hold your ground and state your case and stick to your guns and that kind of stuff. But because it's in the reverse, following the 4 of Wands in the reverse, I think what it is part of whatever this is where things were off. Maybe it's because you were kind of being stubborn. Yeah, Taurus, you do that sometimes. I get it. I'm a Taurus rising, and sometimes I'm a little bullheaded, right? So I think you had your heels dug in, and that's why things weren't leveling out. Things weren't exactly righting themselves if they were off kilter, right? Whereas if you take the time during this week, right, to kind of back off a little bit and maybe just give a little, doesn't have to be a lot, but you got to give a little. That's when I think you're going to see things starting to right themselves and feel a lot better. Because by the end of the week, the card that came out is the Empress. This is creativity, fertility, growth, expansion. It's a beautiful, beautiful card. It means things will flourish. Okay, but you're gonna have to take take your foot off the gas. So I don't know why that analogy came out, why that saying did, but that's gonna resonate with some of you. So take your foot off the gas there, Taurus. Slow it down a little. All right, let's check out your oracle cards. Oh, nice. Under the 4 of Wands, we have pure spirit, purification. Okay. Whatever's been off, right? You need to do some cleanup. You need to do some cleanup, and it doesn't have to be physical cleanup, but it could be, okay? Could be having to clean out cupboards and drawers and clean out the garage and dig the weeds out of the garden, whatever it is. Okay, so it could be that, but it could be cleaning out of your thoughts, your beliefs, your stubbornness, right? It's cleaning up all of that and going, okay, blank slate. We're starting over, right? Which is what I think is happening, because under that 7 of Wands, so that, easing up a little, we have butterfly spirit, which is transformation. Fantastic, right? As you change your perception, clear things away, start fresh, right? That's when you're going to see things moving. And when you have butterfly transformation preceding the Empress, the transformation happens to allow the growth. Okay. And under the Empress, we have Eagle Spirit, which is freedom. Oh my goodness. Purification, transformation, freedom. Done. Like this is such a fantastic evolution throughout the week for you, that if you, like I said, you let go a little, right? Take your foot off the gas, clean the slate, start over, right? Now I'm not saying start from scratch, but just this one area, this one thing where you have that not so secure feeling. Okay, look at that. Just focus on that. Let's start over. Let's wipe this, get the whiteboard cleaned off and let's start mapping out a plan. Okay, you can redo just one part or facet of whatever this is. The thing that you think, because you're smart, Taurus, is the one thing that will start getting the ball rolling. That's what you focus on. And then you're going to see that growth happen after that transformation. So lovely. It's a great reading for you. So good luck this week. I hope it all goes well. Now, before we get into the next sign, time for a drink of water. Okay. Oh dear, Gemini, your cards are falling right out. What do we got? Oh, we'll take that one too. Okay. Interesting. I already want to pull the oracle cards to see where this is going. So, first card up at the beginning of the week, we have the Nine of Cups. It's in the reverse. So, Nine of Cups is like just being really content. Everything's going well. You're super happy. Life is good. Something is shaking that up a little bit. So, whatever area of life where, things seem to be going really good and you were feeling awesome and everything, there's been a little shake up there, okay? Something's a little bit off. So this is probably something that has happened in the previous week and is built up to this week. So then, as we look at the card talking about the energy going through the week, we have the Magician also in the reverse. You're looking for something. You're looking for a way to fix this. You're looking for the tools. You're looking for the resources. It's like, I don't know how to fix this. I don't know how to turn this around. Okay? I want to see what comes out in the oracle cards, because by the end of the week, we have the Ace of Wands, which is an offer or an opportunity. Okay? Something new presented to you. And it's fiery and it's passionate and it's like, oh my gosh, that's perfect. I love it. I'm all over that. But this is in the reverse. It's like, how do I put this? It would be, okay, this is going to be a weird analogy, but this was coming to me. It's getting dressed for an event or a date or an outing you're going on, right? And then you put on your pants and it's like, yeah, I got the pants on, but they don't quite fit right or whatever, but I'm not sure. But you don't take the pants off, okay? You still got the pants on. Then you're like, okay, so then I'll put on the shirt. Yeah, this is really comfortable, but does it really go with the pants? I don't know. And then you put on the shoes and it's like, yeah, I mean, it's like it's just not quite clicking. It's not coming together. And there's nothing wrong with each component. It's just how it's all gelling is just not exactly lining up. Okay, so let's get our oracle cards to find out what this is about. Because remember, this is not a bad reading. I think it's good. You got something coming. But it's like, why is it not clicking? Let's see if we can find a way to make it click. Changes that you can make, right? Sorry, my contact and my eyeball are really bugging me today. Anyway, enough about my eyeball. I might keep picking at it though. It feels like I'm going to. All right. So under the Nine of Cups, we have Standing Stones. This is passage. So it feels like, okay, you have an opportunity or had one, but you didn't choose to go. You didn't choose to walk through that door. You didn't choose to step over the threshold. You held back. It's not like you turned it down completely, but you weren't ready. Okay, you're like, no, not right now. I'm good where I am. I'm good with my nice nine of cups energy until the 9 of cups energy just isn't working. This is a change you needed to make. This is something you needed to do, and you didn't do it. So guess what? The universe stepped in and said, guess what, Gemini? You're doing it. We're going to make you. Because under the Magician, remember how I said you're like trying to pull stuff together? The card is Storm Spirit, and it's chaos. It's like a tower moment. Something shook up. Because you didn't go through the standing stones. You didn't walk through that passage. So you know what? Spirit went, you need to. So we're going to make you, right? So something shakes up this week. And yeah, this is you, the Magician, scrambling, trying to pull your stuff together, trying to gather your resources and rally the troops, right? So it's crazy town. So this is a good, not precursor. What's the word I'm looking for? Prediction, I guess. Now, if you're watching this today, like on the Sunday when I'm recording and releasing it, right? At least you know if you get this thing to go through, it's like, oh shoot, I better do it so that this chaos isn't going to ensue. Or if it does, it's not going to be quite as bad because you're going to be prepared, right? You'll have all your tools together. And then when we look at the Ace of Wands by the end of the week, we have Thicket of Thorns, and this is uncertainty. This chaos is going to shake stuff up. This opportunity is still there. You're being shaken to do it, and you're still not sure. You're still not sure by the end of the week. Now, nothing we can do about that, but I think what's going to sort of dictate how the week is going to go is your reaction to everything, right? So where you're being pushed to go in a certain direction, are you going to go there? Maybe, maybe not. But I think that ultimately the chaos that happens this week, whatever this shakeup is, right, is going to at least get you thinking. And I have a feeling that with that Ace of Wands, I know it's in the reverse, but I think that opportunity or whatever it is going to keep presenting itself. It's just going to keep happening over and over again. So again, you have the right to refuse it. You can say, nope, not interested, but it's going to keep coming around. So that's down the road and that's in the future. So maybe just keep in the back of your mind, oh, okay, maybe the next time it comes around, I'll take a look at it a little bit closer, right? So that's always possible. So good luck. Weather the storm. I'm sure you can. Okay, we'll see you after, Gemini. Now, moving on, but before I do, I had to take care of this contact lens. And then we're moving on to my little cuties. Cancer. I'm back. Contact lens problem solved. So let's see what's going on for Cancer this week. So we're going to look at your tarot cards and we'll pull some oracle cards. So first card up, we have the 9 of Wands. This is at the beginning of the week, and this is saying that there's something that you've been working on, something you've been doing it's been a long haul and you're just about there. You are just about done and you're like, oh man, I just need like 5 minutes of breathing space kind of thing. But you can see the finish line. Okay, so whatever this is, you are really glad to see it ending. Okay, and as we go through the week, the card that came out is the 4 of Cups. So it's almost like you can see the finish line. Okay, you know you're almost done, but whatever this is, you're like, I don't even care. I don't even care what the outcome is. I just want this to end. I just want this over. I just want to put the burden down kind of thing, right? Just want to cross the finish line and know that I can get some rest now finally, right? Because the 4 of Cups, it can be, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a card of like indifference, right? We're just like, whatever, I don't care. Right? That's kind of how you're feeling through the week. Like, considering the ending that we're looking at, I'll show it to you now. By the end of the week, we're in 10 of Swords, which is something painful is ended, or it's a painful ending. But I have a feeling it's this painful thing is about to end for you, which is good. but you're literally looking at that 10 of swords at the end of the week going, I don't care. I just want it done. I almost don't care if it's good, if it's bad. I just want it over and done with. It's kind of the energy I'm picking up for you, right? So, and I'm laughing not because it's funny, but I mean, I think we've all been in those situations at least once in life where you're going through something and you're like, I'm to the point, I don't even care what happens. Just let this be done, right? And that's what I'm feeling for you this week. Now, under the 9 of Wands, we have Thicket of Thorns, and it's uncertainty. I suspect you're looking at the finish line going, are we even going to get what we were trying to achieve? Am I even going to get there? I don't even know. I know it's going to end, but is it going to end the way I wanted it to? No clue. That's why this uncertainty card is there. You're looking at it going, I don't even know if this is going to pan out the way I planned it to. No clue, right? You can't see what it's going to look like at the end. And then as we go through the week, so remember how it's the 4 of Cups. And I was saying, you're just like, I just want this thing to end, right? The card that came out under it is Unicorn, and it is purity. This is more of a bit of what's the word I want to look? A bit of advice to say, listen, Cancer, no matter what's happening, when you start, if you feel yourself falling into that kind of mindset, turn it around. It's not that this thing isn't going to end anyway, but I think, like most things in life, your attitude towards it and the energy you put into it is going to have a say in how this pans out. So don't lose faith and don't lose hope, okay? I'm also saying this because when we look at the card that came out under that 10 of Swords, so this ending by the end of the week, we have Moonlight Enchantment. It's magic. That's right. Your thoughts and words have power. So as you are going through, you make sure your thoughts and your words are pure. They are clean. They are positive. Don't go to the negative. Don't go to the dark side, okay? Do not go to the dark side, Luke. I'm telling you, don't do it. Because you will see that the ending to this painful thing will actually be a good thing. And I'm going to show you something I just noticed. I want to see. Ooh, poke my nose. Almost went right up my nose. Is that what I think it is? I can't tell. I can't tell if these are leaves or butterflies. Might be both. But if you look at this, let's get in close. The 10 of Swords. I hope you can see this. Those are actually butterflies coming up from the swords. So it's almost like it gives me a feeling of like transformation, right? Because these swords almost look like headstones, right? And the butterflies are the transformation after death, right? So there is something, potentially something beautiful to come out of this. But how you come at it, how you speak about it, how you think about it is going to dictate what the outcome is. So you need to remember that. So good luck, Cancer. Let me know how your week goes. Leo, let's see what's going on for you this week. So get your 3 tarot cards and then we'll grab some oracle cards for you. So, okay, this is interesting. Okay, first card up, we have the 2 of Swords, and this is at the beginning of the week. Now, it's in the reverse. So 2 of Swords is often a card of being stuck or feeling stuck. Well, indecision, okay? You've made a decision. There's something that you've needed to make a decision on, and you do it. You've either just done it, or you're about to do it at the beginning of the week. Sounds good so far, right? As we go through the week, your energy is of the Queen of Swords, and it's very powerful. It's very take charge. It's very get things done. And when we're talking about swords, it's about intellect and planning and all that kind of stuff. But what I'm feeling more is more the side of the swords that is about truth and justice. Okay, this is where you're headed this week. This is where your thoughts are going. This is where your actions are going. It's around that kind of energy. And by the end of the week, your energy is 9 of Swords, but in the reverse. 9 of Swords is about worry and anxiety and stuff like that. So maybe you've had some concerns about whatever the situation is and even taken it through the week. even though you've stepped into your Queen of Swords energy, there was still some concern and some worry around it. That starts to dissipate by the end of the week. I think you're going to see that things are starting to flow in a really good direction. Whatever progress is being made, you're going to be happy with. So yeah, this is good. So now when we look at the oracle cards that came out, so under the Two of Swords, so you making this decision, we have Frog Spirit, and it's renewal. So this is something that, yes, it's not just that you've made a decision, but this is going to be transformational. There's a change happening around this, okay? And that's why we have this renewal card energy coming in. Under the Queen of Swords, we have Air Spirit, knowledge. So remember I was talking about truth and justice? This is it. It's gathering the knowledge. It's gathering the truth. It's gathering the information. So this is who you're going to be this week, okay? Knowledge is power. We all know this. And it's really important for you to remember that as you are pulling all this information together. I'm going to say this. Might sound kind of bad, but I don't care because it is what it is. If you're trying to get information out of somebody or from someone, okay, and they're resistant and they're blocking you and they're digging their heels in and they're not, be persistent. Don't be a bully. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm trying to make this sound as gentle as I can, but persist. Like, be persistent, persevere, push them, right? Don't bulldoze them, but push. Don't give up. Because I think you're going to encounter that as you go through this week. So that's not going to apply to all of you, but some of you it will. And you'll know who it is. Probably even like at the beginning of the week, before I even talked about this, you're like, yeah, I know who my pain in the ass is going to be this week, right? So the advice there behind those cards is don't give up, okay? Keep pushing to get what you need. And then when we look at the Nine of Swords, so remember I said this anxiety or worry or stress starts to dissipate. We have Willow Spirit, and it's flexibility. So this is also saying that you're gonna have to be a little go with the flow with this, okay? So like, remember how I was saying there might be a person you're trying to get info from and you can't? Well, maybe the tactic you normally use just isn't gonna work with them, or you're not going to get it as quickly. So if you're flexible and the person's like, well, no, I can't, whatever, say, well, listen, what about if I help you with this, or I give you this? If the person says, well, I don't have time. Okay, what can I take off your plate? That will give you the time to do it and go find this. Do you know what I mean? So the flexibility is, let's offer up solutions and situations, right? Because that it's not just, okay, I'm doing this for me, but look, I'm helping you in the meantime. It's a win-win. So I think if you approach the situation from that angle, you're probably going to find it a lot easier to get what it is that you need. So I hope this makes sense. And yeah, good luck, Leo. I hope everything works out in your favor. So time for Virgo. Let's see what your week's going to look like, Virgo. Let's see. Oh, I left my glass of water on the other side of the room. So hopefully I won't need it. It's got 4 signs to get through. I can do it. I can do it, Virgo. So let's see. Ooh. I think I'm kind of liking this for you. All right. So first card up, we have the 6 of Cups. This is at the beginning of the week, but it's inverted. So 6 of Cups in reverse. So you're letting go of something. You're letting go of something. It's either something from the past or something you've been clinging on to a long time. And as I say this, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. So whatever that is, okay, as you go through the week, it's not going to feel good. It's not going to feel comfortable because you've had this for so long. It's familiar. It's your security blanket, okay? Which is why we have the 4 of Wands in reverse. 4 of Wands is about home and relationships and usually big things, right? But it's in the reverse, which means there's something off there is what I'm getting. And what it is you're afraid to let this thing go because it feels so familiar, because it feels so secure, right? It doesn't mean that the security is no longer there. It doesn't mean that it's not there. It just doesn't feel the same. So that's what you've got to get through this week, that feeling. By the end of the week, if you do that and work on that, you're going to be feeling really good because you've got the 10 of Pentacles, one of the best cards in the deck. This is life is wonderful. You've got it all. You've made it. You're there. Money, career, relationship, kids, dog, house, whatever. Doesn't matter. Car, plane, whatever it is you want. You've arrived. Okay. That's the kind of energy I'm picking up. So very cool, Virgo. We're going to get your oracle cards now just to dig a little deeper and see what this is about. Okay. There we go. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So let's look at Six of Cups. So remember I said letting this thing go. The card that came out is Guardians of the Land, and it's around protection. What did I say about the safety and security? You're feeling like if you let this thing go, your guard is down. There's too much vulnerability, whether it's like emotional and feelings kind of thing, or physical, like, oh my God, the alarm system is off and I'm afraid a burglar's going to come, right? That's why those cards have showed up. Under the Four of Wands, we have Fire Spirit, and it's energy. And you know what? It's interesting because I know this is inverted, but I'm just going to turn it up. There's a fire in here too. The fire's still burning, okay? The energy is still there. All you have to do is fan the flame. So if it's feeling unfamiliar, if it's feeling cold, if it's feeling detached, fan the flame, and you've got to warm up to it. It's not going to happen overnight. But you put the energy in that needs to go into it, you're going to start to feel that fire, that burn, that passion, that warmth, that security coming back to you. Because you know what? It never left. It never left. It just felt like it did. And under the 10 of Pentacles, we have Enchanted Fern Grotto, and it's refuge. You know what? Your home, your job, your whatever, everything now feels safe again. A refuge is somewhere you go to feel safe, to feel secure, to be able to, it's a safe space. You can be calm, you can relax, you don't have to have your guard up, right? This is what you end up with by the end of the week with your 10 of Pentacles. It's your refuge, your little Enchanted Fern Grotto. It's there, and it's all about the feeling, right? I feel like there's not a ton of actual physical changes, but I think a lot is perception. So when we were talking about that Six of Cups at the beginning of the week of letting go, right? Whatever this thing is you've had forever, or this thing from the past, probably something you've hung on to for a while. It's the unfamiliarity that you're dealing with this week. And getting to the point by the end of the week where you realize nothing has really changed externally. It's all in here, right? So good luck, Virgo. I hope everything works out for you and that you're feeling good by the end of the week. Okay, hang on. I gotta hide for a second. I could feel something in my tooth that was driving me crazy. What is with me today, right? Oh my goodness. Falling apart. Falling apart. Now, Libra. Libra, what is your week looking like? It's looking pretty good at the beginning. Look at this, 10 of Cups. Happy life. Life is good. Life is wonderful. Life is beautiful. You're feeling it. You're living your best life. But what's happening through the week? We have the Two of Swords. Something, a choice you need to make, or path you need to take, or decision of some kind is on your mind through the week. And you're not quite sure what to do. Two of Swords is that energy of feeling stuck, like you don't know what to do. By the end of the week, we have the Four of Cups, but it's in the reverse. So this is telling me you're not knowing what to do, you get past it. Because as you sort of get out of that fear stuck kind of mode, like, oh my God, I don't know what to do, deer in headlights almost, right? As that softens and you start to pull yourself out of it, you start looking around and you're seeing opportunities and you're seeing things that are going to work and things that you can pull together. Okay. That's the Four of Cups in reverse. It's coming out of that energy of not seeing what's around you, not realizing the potential, right? That's flowing around you. So we're going to get your oracle cards now just to see if we get further explanations. Interesting. There's so many repeating cards coming for all the signs. I don't know if you've watched everything until now, if you haven't watched some of the other ones, because this card in particular keeps coming up in the same place. It's standing stones and it's passage. It's walking through a door. It's crossing the threshold. It's moving into something brand new. Okay, this is under your 10 of Cups. You have a beautiful opportunity here. A beautiful opportunity that might seem a little scary because it's the unknown. And you know what, I was just talking about this with Virgo. Fear of the unknown, right? This is what's coming up for you at the beginning of the week. So as you go through the week, that's why you've got this Two of Swords. I don't know what to do with this. Under the Two of Swords, the card that came out is Pure Spirit, purification. You know what? To look at this objectively, we're talking about a sword, so it's your thoughts. You're not talking about your heart, although you should always be in your heart space to some degree. But the purification is Two of Swords. What are the thoughts that I'm having around this? How am I viewing this? How am I seeing this? What are my perceptions? What you need to do, this is the purification piece. This is look at things objectively and go, does this make sense? Is this true? And if you answered no to either of those questions, it goes. You have to push it aside because all that is fear and anxiety, which is like bullshit, basically. You're making up stories in your head. I do it all the time. Like I have anxiety over like stupid things, right? And with me, it's the what if, but what if this goes wrong? But what if this happens? But what if that happens? And it's always to the negative side. This is me personally. I'm sharing a little, being vulnerable here. Instead, what I try to do is flip the script and go, what if it works? What if it's correct? What if fill in the blank? Flip it to the positive narrative, right? So clean out anything that is not positive, the negative, get rid of that stuff, right? Flip that script, and that will probably help you through it. Now, when we look at the card that came out under the Four of Cups, this is beautiful. Rainbow waterfall, and it is miracles. You have two rainbows. You know what? I'm going to say you have three. Look, you got two rainbows here. The rainbow with the 10 of Cups and the rainbow with your miracles. But look at these standing stones. Look at those colors in the background. Could be a rainbow to me, right? What is possible once you get rid of what isn't true and doesn't make sense and doesn't get rid of all that garbage nonsense? That's when the storm has passed. The sun comes out and you see your rainbow. But you're not going to see it unless you lift your head up to look around. And that's what our Four of Cups in reverse is. It's looking around so that you can see the rainbow and recognize those miracles that are available to you right in front of your face. Wow. Some powerful stuff. That is some powerful stuff, Libra. And I'm loving it for you. So, good luck this week. I hope everything works out. Drop me a comment and let me know because I want to know what that's about. I'm finding that fascinating. All right. Scorpio, your turn. Scorpio's turn. Let's see what's going on for Scorpio this week. Who we got? Oh, okay. This is good, but there's a little twist here that I'm very curious to see what comes out in the Oracle cards. First up, at the beginning of the week, we have the 8 of Pentacles. It's a lovely card. Looks like you're working hard at something. You're just plugging along, doing your thing, moving forward. As we go through the week, we have the 10 of Swords energy in reverse. So I think this is good. It's like, okay, here's what I'm saying. Feels like, okay, let me back up. I have so many words to say about this. So the 10 of Swords, if it's upright, which it's not, okay, but when it's upright, it's an ending to something that's kind of painful. It could be a painful ending, right? But something that you really want over and done with finally finishes. It's completed. So as you're going through the week, I'm feeling like there's this thing, whatever you're working on, you're working so hard because you want this over and done with, okay? You keep working and working and working and working, but it's not ending, it's not ending, it's not ending. It's like, when's it going to end? Look at all the work I'm doing. Why hasn't it ended? Okay? By the end of the week, we have the Empress. She's in the reverse. This is where I was like, oh, what's that about? I think it's the delay to this ending. Once this thing ends, what's the key to make this end? That's when your Empress is going to flourish. That's when you're going to see the expansion and the abundance and prosperity and growth and fertility and creativity and just awesome things flowing, but it's not there. So we're going to get our oracle cards to find out what is it that you might be able to focus on that just might flip that thing, right? So let's see what we've got. Ooh, that's a big one. Okay. So under the Eight of Pentacles, we have Mystic Meadow, and this is Sanctuary. It's like, okay, for this I was going to say 10 of Cups, this 10 of Swords thing that needs to end, okay? It's probably a transformation of some sort, but not for all of you. In order for you to keep working diligently at this thing, it's like you've had to remove yourself. It's almost like, you know, when you have a project and you have something really important you want to work on, sometimes what you have to do is go, listen, I got to go hole up in my home office. I need to shut the door. I need no distractions. And I just need to like put my head down and focus, right? That's why Sanctuary is coming up. If you're feeling this thing isn't ending, right? You're working hard. We know this already. I'm going to read all of this together, actually, these 4 cards. So 10 of Swords, I'm going to pull this up and then I'm going to flip back and forth. Under the 10 of Swords, we have Willow Spirit, which is flexibility. Okay. I think the work that you've been doing with the 8 of Cups, you've kind of just been doing it with chaos ensuing around you. Okay. So, you know, whether, like I was just talking about, you work from home, okay? You're working from home. You're working on a project. It's your 8 of Pentacles. You just want this friggin' project over and done with. You want it done, okay? So you've been working away, and the kids are coming, Mom, I need a drink. And then the dog's barking because it wants to go out. And your husband's like, what's for dinner, right? Okay? And you're like, holy crap. You know what? This is what you've been trying to work in, which is why it can't end. This is why you can't complete what you need to. That's why you're like, everybody, I'm going to my home office. Honey, order a pizza. Kids, let the dog out. You want to, whatever. You guys go deal with it. Go deal. Figure it out. Y'all smart humans. Go. Okay? This is, I know I'm being harsh, but I know there's probably lots of women right now actually go, damn girl, you know my life. You put up a camera in my house or what, right? So the point is that you need to get away. You need to get into that space where you can focus. Okay, so I know this is going to be a long one for Scorpio, but anyway, you get what I'm saying. The flexibility piece is, it's not just about you being flexible in what you're doing. It's about being flexible in changing the environment around you. Okay, so I think one of the reasons why you're sitting, I'm going back to the analogy of working from home, right? You're sitting in the chaos of stuff going on at kids and dogs and husbands and stuff. There's a little bit of control there. I got to make sure everything's going okay. I got to make sure everything's flowing the way it should. No, honey. The flexibility card is coming to say you need to be flexible in what you would normally be the orchestrator of, the planner, the organizer, whatever. You need to be able to let go of the reins and go, okay, family, here you go. Okay, that's where the flexibility is coming in. It's not about getting this thing done. It's how you get it done. And delegating the home stuff to everybody else and walking away and going up to your office and shutting the door, putting your headphones on so you can't hear them, whatever it is, right? That's what I'm getting from that. And under the Empress, we're finally getting there. We have Crystal Cave, and it is trust. So you put your trust into your husband and your kids and even your dog. You put trust into them that they can do what they need to do. You put your trust in yourself that you can not just work hard, you're going to work smart, right? And have the trust that when you do those things, this Empress energy is going to come in and it is going to be like this. But if if you're in the thick of the chaos, you're going to get there eventually. This Ten of Swords, it's going to end. The Empress part, it will flourish. It will start doing what it needs to, but it's going to take a long time, honey. It's going to take a long time. If you don't, or if you aren't flexible, right, in how this unfolds and how you delegate wherever you can and need to, right? Because in order to focus on having that thing end, that Ten of Swords thing finally end, right? You're not going to be able to do it when you are in the thick of the chaos. So get out of there, Scorpio. I hope everything goes well. Kids, dogs, husbands, and project. So good luck with that. Shoot me a comment and let me know how it goes. All right. Last but not least, Sagittarius. Let's see what your week is looking like. Okay. Oh. Whoa. Okay. You got some seriously good energy here. I'm liking it. First card up at the beginning of the week, we have the Six of Swords. So you're moving on. You're moving away from something towards something else. Nothing else, you're moving away from something. You're like, done, I'm out of here. See ya. It's usually, I describe this as moving from stormy seas onto calmer waters. Okay. So you're moving along. It's like, nope, time to leave that behind and move to something else. The something else I think is going to be a little more structured. I'll put it that way, because the energy through the week, we have the High Priest, which is the Hierophant. So it's like you're moving away. Could be a physical move. Okay. It could, because of the cards that are here. But it could be an internal thing. So where I was talking about structure, okay, because when I see the Hierophant, that's the first thing I think of. Structure, it's boundaries, it's building a foundation. It's very tightly packed and solid and reliable, okay, is what I'm feeling. So whatever this thing is that you're leaving, right? If it's a physical move and you're changing location for some reason, whether it's job, home, whatever, that's fine, even relationship. But sometimes what it is how you do things, how you perform, how you execute, right? This could be the change that's happening. Perhaps the way you did things before, it was a little too loosey-goosey. It was a little all over the place, or out, just deal with things as they pop up or whatever. And now what you're doing is, you know what, this isn't working for me. I really need to make a better plan. I need to have, line out the steps, just even if it's put like bullet point, here's what I need to do. Make a to-do list. Block off time in your calendar. Put, reminders on your phone so things pop up and you can kind of plan how things move going forward. And when we get to the end of the week, if you go through this and sort of revamp how things work and flow and everything, you see by the end of the week, you're in the 10 of Pentacles. It's having it all. It's a beautiful card. The money's good. The job is good. The family's good. The dog is good. The house is good. Everything's good, right? So it feels like the work that you do this week is really setting you up for success. Totally. If you do the work. If things remain status quo and you do not move on, nope. The chaos continues, right? Nothing's going to change. What's that saying? Do what you've always done and you'll get what you've always got. So let's see what the oracle cards tell us. So under the Six of Swords, this is moving on, moving from bad to good, however you want to put it. Willow Spirit, flexibility. As you're making changes or as you're moving, switching things up, whatever it is, don't be too rigid. Remember how I said with the High Priest, so this Hierophant card, it's really like it's structured and it's boxed in it and it's tight or whatever. You don't have to make it super tight. You don't have to put the padlocks on the doors. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to cage everybody in. It's okay. You can be flexible as you are trying to figure out what works for you. So flexibility isn't a bad thing. Also under the High Priest card, we have Foggy Bog, and this is patience. Yeah, because if you're going to be flexible, you can't expect everything to change overnight. As you go through the week, remember I said with the High Priest, so the Hierophant, it's what you're working on throughout the week. It's figuring it out, right? So you're going to have to be patient because not everything's going to come together in like 5 minutes, okay? And you might have to test a couple things. Oh, that didn't work. Doesn't mean nothing's ever going to work. It means you got to tweak it or swap it out for something different. You don't scrap the whole project. Do you see what I'm saying? So I hope that makes sense because it's a good thing. I like the way this energy is flowing. And then when we look at what came out under the 10 of Pentacles, we have Spirit Guardian of Winter. We have Retreat. Once you put your plan in action, once you make your to-do list, once you make the changes, or at least a plan. I think if you at least have some kind of plan put together, by the end of the week, you'll be ready to execute. And the Retreat card is here because you're going to be able to now stop and pull back and watch how everything flows. Remember, this is under the 10 of Pentacles, so it feels really good. But what you need to do and deserve to do is sit back and look at your handiwork, right? Look at it and go, look what I did. Look at things flowing. Yeah, you can step back. It's okay. And if there are other people involved in this, you can actually step back and go, I've done the heavy lifting. I'm going to watch and observe. You guys tweak. Let's see how it goes. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think that's actually a good thing. I'll say this, especially like if it's from a home perspective, right? Sometimes there's one person, usually the mom figure, right? Who's the one who's organizing the household. But not that other people don't contribute. That's not what I'm saying. Don't come for me, right? I'm just saying in general, there's one person kind of, coordinating stuff. So sometimes it's good. Yeah, okay, here's our new plan, but we're all involved and we're all contributing. So I'm going to sit back. What do you guys think? You go through the motions and tell me how it feels. What do you think of the flow? And then it's something that you're all working on together. Even though you might have come up with the concept and idea, everyone gets to contribute, right? So I think that's a really nice energy too. A great way to pull people together, right? I mean, no matter what in life, usually when something is happening and you're working on something with more than one person, more than just yourself, someone has to take the lead. Somebody has to be the leader, the coordinator, the boss, whatever. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't mean you're higher ranking or better than the other people, but some people are just good at that. So find the person who's good. In this circumstance, it's you. You've had this come up recently in some of your readings too. You've had this come up where Sagittarius has been the one organizing stuff. If you're a party planner, wedding planner, I'm telling you, you got this. You totally got this. You got this anyway. So good luck, Sag. I hope it all works out. Now, if you've made it through the whole video and you're at the end, thank you for watching. So I would like you to like, share, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Really does help the channel. And if you want a personal reading, I do a Celtic cross spread, $20, pre-recorded. You can get that. Go to Nancy Richmond. No, what is it? Hang on. nancyrichmondtarot@gmail.com. Send me an email and I'll hook you up. So we're going to leave it there. So until next time, take care and we'll see you soon. Bye.